Have you checked the children? You're a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Howdy folks, welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Robert Duell.
And you got Jaime and Fuego here doing another patron-requested review. That's right, this is 2019's Freaks. That is not like quite horror, it just kind of borders on that region at least a little bit. This is actually a movie that I saw in theaters, believe it or not.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it was in limited release, and it was recommended to me by none other than Lindsay Mimsy from My Two Cents of Nonsense, co-conspirator on CP's YouTube channel, Willis Greedia. And yeah, man, I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's a little more on the low-budget side than your typical like horror, like superhero type film. I mean, Brightburn definitely had more money that was thrown at it, but I mean, overall impressions, if we're just going to jump right into that, I really love a very heartfelt father-daughter dynamic, and this film has it in spades, man. What did you think?
I agree right there with you and everything. I actually wasn't really too sure what to expect from this movie. All I was told is, I need to watch this. Because I had a couple coworkers and everything that had already previously watched it before we were doing it for the review and everything. So I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. And then
I'm just glad it's found an audience.
I know. Well, I'm actually
glad.
I'm glad I was told about it and everything, was able to watch it and whatnot. Like, I was blown away just from like performances and everything like that.
I loved it too. I'm not going to talk at length about it, but I loved it too. I thought it was a really great movie.
Yeah.
These guys have better memories than me, so I'm going to let them talk about it. But I do remember really liking and being surprised by it. So.
There you go.
Well,
Not that anyone asked.
Well, you heard it. You heard it right from there.
Yeah, that is the CEO stepping in for a brief portion of the review there, everybody. But
But yeah, no, other than that, like, I loved the hell out of this movie.
Yeah.
Going in it basically with an open mind, not knowing what to expect, I was happy from start to finish.
yeah, same.
Like, especially like you were saying with the father-daughter dramatic, father-daughter dynamic.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little tongue-tied there. With like Emile Hirsch and then the daughter and everything. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I can't remember her name
was
either.
great,
but,
though.
dude, she sold it so well, and I know we typically jump right in the story, but I want to accentuate the acting
let's go into
more
the acting
so
real
than
quick,
anything
yeah.
because of the fact that even grandfather Bruce Dern, I mean, his presence is great within this, and seeing all of the corresponding pieces and stuff, and they're all trying to protect this girl at the end of the day, and she's, you know, I don't know, she is a carefree spirit that wants to go and roam, and she doesn't have the ability to, based on...
She's basically being kept confined for all 5 years of her life.
Yeah.
And everything, so she doesn't know anything else. So when she's starting to get this little taste of everything, of the outside, basically, it just spirals, and all the other traumas of the world start coming out full fold.
Yeah, that's significantly, in fact. And I mean, I guess to veer back to story really quick, is essentially you have Emile Hirsch and his daughter, and they are hiding in this home because of the fact that they both have these, dare I say, X-Men like mutant abilities, so to speak, and there is a just like manhunt that is going on, man/woman hunt, whatever, you know, for people that are gifted in this regard, and so that's why
they're called freaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and so that's why he has her under just lock and key. He has her just, you know, under protection, and yet she still is very curious about the world outside because the only one that she knows is what is in this home, and she wants to be friends with the neighbors and just all this different stuff. And
she wants the family. It's the whole loss of family. She wants a mother is the biggest thing.
And her mother has been missing for a significant period of time, which is one of the cruxes of the conflict in this, is trying to figure out, is the mother alive or not? If so, where is she? And, you know, can she be helped and rescued, and so on and so forth, without really going into too much detail. I felt the conflict was just very real despite the limitations of budget that this film had.
No, it definitely had a very real world feel. Like if we actually had these type of people in the world, you know for a fact that humans being as assholes as we are, this would happen. The crap thing about it, like, whether you can say, oh, I wouldn't do that, you don't know, because we're not in that world.
Yeah, unless you have your back against the wall and you were within that situation, how do you know how you would act? I mean, look at everything with...
Well, and like, the secondary family, basically, like, that plays out right there. That shows you, like, they weren't... things can change very
Yeah,
quickly.
that's the thing. They're compassionate to a point.
Exactly.
Is really what it boils down to.
Yep. And then once they start becoming basically scared, they're just like everybody else.
Yeah, and in this world that we are currently living in with a 19 numbered virus that is just acting bonkers and crazy and stuff, people will be compassionate to a point, as I mentioned, and everything changes drastically if you realize somebody has something within them that you weren't initially aware of.
Yep.
Yeah, just massive. In that.
It'll change people's perspectives really quickly, and sadly, it's for the worse more often than not.
Yeah, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, and in one scene in particular, it shows that. And she got hers. I swear, she got hers, and I was so happy with that scene.
Yeah,
that was a good scene. That was a good
It's
scene.
in the back half of the film specifically. But I know exactly what you're talking about right now.
Yep, she deserved every part of that.
Yeah, so I mean, solid story performance. I mean, maybe some would be a little disappointed with like effects and budget and stuff like that, because of the fact that, you know, when they do try to veer into some of that stuff, you can tell that it's struggling with limitations. You know?
But how they did it though, it was done well enough where it wasn't too heavy-handed to where it looked overly fake.
Yeah,
like it was little slight dabs here and there, but where you got the context of what powers basically they had.
Yeah,
and what was going on.
Yeah, and the dabs that you're mentioning, at least for me, were in the back half where they were in like the mine area without really getting. That's where it felt more like set design as opposed to actually in a specific place. I'm like, okay, they're obviously on a soundstage, and you know, things are pretty evident in that regard. But I mean, really beyond that, I still feel like, especially when you saw the personification of power too, I thought that was very well done, despite, you know, the limited amount that they had to work with there, man.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And going back to, like, really, I want to go back to just the acting real quick on that little girl.
Oh.
Like, she was amazing.
Anytime you get a great performance out of a young actor, it is just
especially when
impressive.
she was our focal point for this entire movie.
She is.
So, like we've said it before, it's like, it's a make or break for your movie if you're relying on a child character or a child actor to carry it.
Yeah.
Like, if they fail, then your whole movie flops.
Yeah, and that's where, in a similar regard, like recent films that I've seen where they had a young actress who was doing so damn good in a similar role of confliction with father and like nasty forces at work. I'll Take Your Dead. Shout out to CF and Chad. Also, the Monster is another one that comes to mind where you had this young actress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the other one where her and her mother are stranded
like
roadside. Really, I love
didn't
that
like that.
Yeah, it's very performance at the forefront, so to speak. Cecil and I both love that one, but obviously, you know, art is subjective and stuff. It's less about the monster and more about the monster that is the mother.
Exactly, and honestly, I think that's what threw me out of that movie a lot, was how just cruel that mother was.
Oh, the mom's a piece of shit in that movie.
Yeah, she's worthless.
Yeah, but
going back to our original review.
Yeah, exactly. Hirsch in this movie is great as the caring father who was trying to draw the line between freedom and protection of his daughter. And I mean, it's a very performance-centric film, and the fact that so much of it takes place in that home.
Yep.
You know, if the acting wasn't on point, some of those other lesser aspects, like, you know, limited budget and effects and whatnot, wouldn't work. But I mean, the writing is strong, the acting is strong, and so for that reason, what other little blemishes I think are like here and there, I think they're all overshadowed.
Honestly, I'm kind of right there with you. It's just because with the, like we were saying, like, with the effects and everything like that. But with your acting,
that's when you
doesn't
see
matter.
The level of budget that they have.
Yeah,
is when they try to actually be a superhero movie as opposed to a drama.
But honestly, I thought they did really well with it.
Yeah,
I enjoy Emil Hirsch a hell of a lot. Yeah. And that
Girl Next Door, shout out, what up?
Yeah, what? Speed Racer.
He was
Speed Racer.
Alpha Dog. I mean, he's been in a lot of different stuff, man. He's a good actor.
But basically that over paranoia, but yet the parental protection and everything, like you saw where he was coming from, but at the same time, you felt for the daughter as well.
Massively, in fact.
But so it had that good little confliction basically between their characters. I definitely thought that was cool, and I don't think honestly you could have picked anyone else better for that. Just for this, I think he fit really good in this character.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then the grandfather too, Bruce Dern, for what we had him.
The ice cream man.
Yeah, the ice cream man and everything. If you don't know, he's from The Burbs with Tom Hanks, and then what was it? Once Time.
Oh, he's been in so many different things.
The recent stuff people that most know him from and everything. But other than that, this movie was great start to finish. There's even a lot of other actors, like, take Mother, for example. Like, she was at Sex Drive. Remember that one?
Vaguely.
She's
Yeah,
actually
I know she looked familiar.
Yeah,
I know
she was
she's
a
had
love
her
interest
fair share of work.
from Sex Drive and things like that. So we have a pretty good cast and everything. The agent, Battlestar Galactica, things like that. Yep. So we have a good cast. That's all well and covered.
Yeah.
So
it'll always save the day in that regard if you have competent people that are putting stuff together. And really, if I'm just gonna surmise my thoughts more so than anything as we end this, is that if I want more stories from this like proverbial universe of theirs, I'm like, okay, I would like a comic or a sequel or some sort of continuation in this world that speaks
even
volumes.
even like a web series.
Yeah, anything, just to kind of flesh out the mythology a little bit better. When you want more, that's a good sign.
Because I want to know more about the mom.
Like, and why she was taken in the custody. In the
mom seemed like a badass.
Yeah, well, it becomes very apparent when they finally. Well, without spoiling.
Yeah. Honestly,
anyway.
go watch this movie, guys. Like, it is worth the time. It's only an hour and a half.
Where is it streaming right now?
Netflix.
I'm trying to remember. Netflix. Okay.
Netflix has it.
I'm glad it's finding an audience. Netflix being the premier streamer provider across the globe. So.
Yeah, because this was actually released a couple years ago. And then recently picked up by Netflix.
Well, I saw it last summer in theaters.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it made the festival rounds like a year before, and then
I think that might have been what it was.
Limited distribution and so on. But I mean, that's the young actress's performance more so than anything, even beyond Hirsch and Dern, is fantastic. She is so good.
Yeah.
Badass, man.
So basically, that's gonna wrap it up for us. Up this review for the Freaks. For Freaks, sorry.
Yes. Singular word. And yes, like search Freaks 2019 because of the fact that there are so many other films with this very common title.
Yeah, there actually were a couple different ones that popped up and everything.
Yeah,
so
you have to like make your way through the madness, so to speak. But thanks very much to Ms. Marie, who was the patron who gave us the opportunity to review this. I almost did a review on my separate solo channel for this, but I'm glad that I got to talk about it with you, man.
Oh, cool.
So, hell yeah, everybody. So if you want to be a patron yourself, if you want to donate to the cause in the midst of a world that has gone mad, we greatly appreciate it. There is links below, so you can just contribute and be super cool. It's greatly appreciated.
Hell yeah. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, all that good stuff. And
see all the stuff that we do here at the Horror Show. Damn Rizzle.
So basically, we're going to wrap it up here. I've been Robert Duell.
And I've been Jaime and Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.